Hey, happy Friday. This is Brett, Nowhere Bound, on a late Thursday night. I'll be dropping this tonight, probably, because I'm Mr. One Take. So I just recently picked up this awesome, I mean, it was kind of a regular three binder collection of magazines and comics, and from a friend of mine that knew that I was interested in comics, and he thought of me when he was helping clear out an estate, and he called me up, and I popped over there right away and was looking through it, and it had a lot of regular comics and magazines. Actually, it's half and half comics and magazines, but I found one comic hidden behind another one as I pulled up that I think you'll enjoy. Was really happy to find that. Otherwise, yeah, I've got this. I just got this crazy toy. I'm always looking for stuff that you can collect that is like under 20 bucks. And got this just the other day and opening it up right now. So let's see what this is. This was amazingly affordable, I thought, for a kind of fun display item. Let's see. Here we go. Oh yeah. The Batwing with a 4-inch Batman. Yeah. It's kind of based on the 1989, I think. Or no, is it based on the original Batman? No, Batman Returns. Yeah, so the second Batman movie. Very cool. Yeah. So this was less than 20 bucks. I mean, if you're ever looking for something cool, this will work well on my display shelf over here or something. Anyway, just, a little foreboding about what I found in this collection I just got. So let's take a look. Here's the first binder. I actually took the comics out and bagged them. But yeah, it says here, I got 14 comics and 13 magazines in this collection. So this guy was a Sherlock Holmes fan. So here was a Sherlock Holmes magazine. I don't know much about these. I still have to do a little research, but this cover is detached though. This is a #1 for whatever this Sherlock Holmes 122nd anniversary magazine is. Here's another one. It's like a focus on Sherlock Holmes. I think this shows a lot of the different screen portrayals, all the different actors that have played Sherlock Holmes over the years. He's kind of a popular character. Oh yeah, here's another one. This one's kind of cool. Yeah, just a lot of Sherlock Holmes magazines. I don't know much about these. I'm gonna look into it, but here's a investigating Sherlock Holmes. Now these are cool. This is kind of funny because these are Marvel previews, but they're issues 5 and I have issue 6, and they're both Sherlock Holmes issues. Really cool cover art. This is wild dog coming at Sherlock there. Very cool. But it's not the first Star-Lord, but hey, it's Sherlock Holmes. So we don't have 4 or 7. Here's another one. This one's really cool. Number 6, I believe. This one's number 6, yeah. So there's another one with the Curse of the Hellhound. Ooh. But anyway, and here's another really wild thing that was in this collection. A very beat up and ripped Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I don't know if you know this, but this was a handout at Montgomery Ward's, the department store. I don't know if a lot of younger people might not know about Ward's. Was a big department store, and they were looking for a way to get attract a lot more customers to come in. So they had this as a handout. It was like a handout little book, comic. It's basically comic sized, but this one's pretty beat up. But it started in 1939. And I looked at there was an edition that came out later where they made the plane. There's a panel where Rudolph is like looking out for a plane flying by. And in the later issues, it was a 4-engine plane. And this one has the 4-engine plane. So that started in 1946. So this is a 1946 or later copy, but still very cool. So that was a handout. You can see actually very roughly here it says, Montgomery Ward wishes you a Merry Christmas. Yeah, that's what it says there. But anyway, here's a really cool thing. This is a Cosmopolitan magazine was in here. you know, because it had a Sherlock Holmes story. So they included this 1948 Sherlock Holmes story. I was looking inside and there's some really cool ads, like a Studebaker ad right on the inside cover. I should actually, well, I won't pull it out, but very cool advertisements in this 1948 edition. A friend of mine said this looks like Elizabeth Taylor. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be. I haven't researched it or anything, but very cool. So that's that. Yeah, Milky Way bar. Taste the thrill. Very cool. So there's a bunch of that's the Sherlock file with a few bonuses there. Let's see. Oh yeah, here's some more magazines, and we got, apparently he was a fan of Superman, so we got, this is from 2023, so it's a fairly recent Life magazine with a big focus on Superman. I'll take that out. And then here's a cool Monster magazine. It's kind of like a local regional magazine. It's kind of, the design is a little bit crazy, but yeah. What else we got? Oh, a People magazine talking about true crime stories. Well, all sorts of stuff there. And then we got the G-String Murders. Apparently this was a big deal in this Firsts magazine. So I don't know anything about these magazines, but anyway. Oh, and here, Dennis Franz from Hill Street Blues, or yeah, wasn't it? I think that was the show. Yeah, I don't know if the centerfold is intact, but of Dennis Franz, but you know, we'll see. So we'll have to check that out. Anyway, so there's the magazines. Now the comics had a nice surprise in here, but very crazy. Like I say, there was only 13 comics, so, or 14. And here's the lineup we got. I bagged and boarded these. Most of them weren't in any kind of bag and board. But here's a Star Trek. Number 13, this would be the Marvel run, apparently after the movie. We've got The Marriage of Popeye and Olive. I think this was from 1999. I didn't know Popeye had a full head of red hair under his cap, but apparently. And I'll have to check that out. I'm a Popeye fan, so, you know, I don't know if you see the guy back there, right? Yeah, right there. Anyway, this would have been really cool had it not been rat-chewed. Captain Marvel 28. Was kind of a key during the Thanos years, but it's got like rat-chew there and rat-chew there. Ooh, can barely see the 20 cents on that one. This is from 1973. And I think it's the 4th appearance of Thanos. He looks kind of menacing back there. And also it's the first appearance of Eon, who created the quantum bands. So there's that. I think it's the 3rd appearance of Drax as well. Let's see, we got, oh yeah. Interestingly, there was a couple of the reboot of Shazam from DC here. This is number 2. And they're using like photo and art combined here. I saw that CC Beck, the original artist, worked on this too, so that's cool. And also a number 7 of Shazam with some photo combined with the art. It's kind of goofy. And of course, what collection's complete without some Millie the Model? This one looked kind of amusing. I'm thinking that's probably around 1970, somewhere in there. I forget what, I looked at it, but I forgot. And here's a Mad About Millie. This might be even earlier, because it's looking even more hip, like late 60s here. Yeah. So, and then also, this one's really beat up, but it's pretty funny. It's a DC Young Love. These romance books are kind of amusing, so yeah, pretty beat up. I'll try to press that just to get it looking a little better. But also a Classics Illustrated comic with, of course, Sherlock Holmes. This is probably a later edition, probably not the first, because I saw that it had a listing of a lot of, it went into the hundreds of numbers. So this is probably 60s, 70s, somewhere in there, but very cool. Here's a first issue of whatever this mini series or I don't know if it was a mini series of Black Adam. Kind of interesting. I don't know much about that either. I think that's like an early, like somewhere in the 2000s. This was cool. So there was the graphic novel collecting the 4 issues of A Death in the Family. So that's cool that that was in there. This has always been kind of a popular issue or graphic novel to have. So that was kind of neat to find. Also, this was really cool. I remember this popping up a little bit in the crazy COVID times where some comics were suddenly worth a lot. It's the Sinister House of Secret Love. It started off as this kind of, I forget what it changed into, but I think it changed into more of a romance book, or did it go into the horror? Now I got to look that up, the history. I didn't really do too much research after this, but I know that the title changed, but and it was not a big seller. So this one was kind of popular because it was kind of a lesser title, kind of a little known title to a lot of people, but now is kind of considered kind of a cool horror / romance book. So interesting. Yeah, never would have expected to find that in a collection. So, but the Coup de Gracie, here it is. And I alluded to it, the character earlier, but this was behind another book in the binder, and I like pulled up one and I saw this and I went, okay, I'm buying this collection. And it is Detective Comics number 95. This is a January 1945 book. There's only 87 on the CGC census. There's 79 Universal. This cover is kind of cool. It's not like a huge key or anything, but it is a World War II era book. The cover is detached, unfortunately, and there's some pretty big, tears. You can see some tearing there. There's one on the back cover too. Cover detached. There's a little cutout on page 1. Someone tore out Detective Comics, the little header over the first page. So it's just a very small, thin, 1/8 high cutout of the Detective Comics header, like they were maybe making a label for their folders or something, I don't know. But anyway, other than that, it is complete. And I don't think that cutout is enough to consider it incomplete. So very cool book, very rare. It is a Bob Kane / George Russo's cover. He did maybe George Russo's did it all. I don't know. You never know with Bob Kane, but it is considered a Bob Kane / George Russo's cover. The inside is not Bob Kane. It is, I forget the artist now, but very cool if you're interested in looking that up. There's a different artist that did the inside story for this one, but very cool. This is the money book that I found in this collection, and really happy to have a Golden Age 1945 Detective Comics pre-100. Love that header on there. I mean, it's a low grade, it's probably a 1 to a 2, somewhere in there, with the detached cover, some tears, and that little rip out. But boy, it displays well. The colors look great. So really happy with this book. So there you have it. Hey, have a great weekend. Hope you find something this weekend too. All right, we'll see you.